Now at 10, the 35th annual Joplin Community Veterans Day Parade was held in honor of local heroes. Plus, 2 Pittsburgh State professors teach an adventures in robotics class in Columbus. And how the Lion Pride Marching Band honored veterans during the halftime show at Missouri Southern.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. This is your KOAM News at 10. I'm Jalen Banks. A stolen car is found in Aurora, Missouri. Early this morning, Aurora and Marionville police pursued a car after a failed traffic stop because the vehicle had no plates. It turns out that the vehicle was stolen from a dealership in Springfield yesterday. The dealership had not realized the vehicle had been stolen yet. In the vehicle, authorities found meth, syringes, a glass pipe, and other financial documents. This is an active investigation. Today marks the 35th annual Joplin Veterans Parade. In honor of Veterans Day, people from around the 4 states joined each other at 15th and Main Street to come together and honor and celebrate veterans in the area.
It's the importance of not forgetting.
Yes, yeah, I would hope our veterans see that they are not forgotten, and we are very, very appreciative of what they do for us and all they've sacrificed, and we just appreciate them wholeheartedly.
The parade ended between 5th and 7th Street. A new performance complex opened in downtown Joplin with performances all day, and KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
The Harry M. Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex in Joplin is holding a grand opening after years of development.
No, it's just great to see so many good things like this happening in the community with the addition of the med school, the dental school, now this beautiful building just being built at the courthouse. This is transformative for the city of Joplin, and it's going to be a great asset for us.
Mercy, Connect to Culture, and other sponsors are proud to support the project that will help the community.
Mercy is very proud to be part of this, and we are very proud to be helping sponsor the t-shirt giveaway. There was a design contest, and Mercy was proud to be the sponsor of that.
The community of Joplin has been awaiting the opening of the Cornell Complex. The complex will share art and expression with the community with performances, but there's also a possibility for the complex to become a local economic pillar in the community.
Having the Cornell Center open here is going to be huge for Joplin. It's going to be a large economic driver as well as a great tool for attraction and retention of employees for industries around.
Throughout the day, local artists, musicians, and dancers performed on the Cornell stage for the first time. Reporting in Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
You can find more about upcoming programs at Cornell Complex at thecornellcomplex.org. All right, and now we move to weather. I was freezing today, and maybe Chris can affirm that. Chris, what do you have for us?
I can't confirm. It has been relatively freezing, although we did make it a bit above freezing for our high today. 37, started the day at 24. So if you were out this morning, Jalen, you were definitely freezing. Here's the deal, though. Take a look at this. This is our normal low, 38. This is the high we reached. That's how far off pace we are with these temperatures, because as you can see, our normal high is almost 30 degrees warmer than where we were. And unfortunately, we're not going to be anywhere normal for the next several days. I looked at the Skywatch Storm Tracker earlier, just nothing out there for the time being. As we take a look at the future track, at least as we head through the overnight and into tomorrow, the only thing we have to worry about tonight is it getting downright chilly as we drop back into the 20s yet again. We also watch some increasing cloud cover overnight, but that'll start to clear by tomorrow morning, leaving us with partly cloudy skies. So we're going to be cold, 25 by 11, 22 to start your day, and 33 by 10 a.m. But as you can see, we start to see skies clear a little bit. Look at an overall low of 23 degrees. However, as I mentioned, it's not going to warm up. And unfortunately, because it's cold, there's a slight chance of maybe a snow flurry or two in our near future. We're going to talk about your full forecast here in just a few minutes.
Pitt State professors Norman Phillip and Randy Windsor are bringing their Adventures in Robotics class to Columbus, and they're using air curriculum based on NASA objectives.
Well, my uncle, which is now my brother, I saw him doing some Legos, and that really got me into it. And then ever since I've been building Legos, I just really liked it. So I saw this and my mom told me, hey Daniel, come look at this. And I see that, I'm like, yes, I want to go. Like, I love building stuff and I love technology.
The class included an introduction to the Lego Spike robotic system, basics of scratch coding in Spike, a training module on building a basic robot and making it move, and a stop-in-time challenge. 6 area high school bands gathered for Mass Band Day for the last home game of the MSSU football season. They played alongside the Lying Pride Marching Band, and the halftime show will honor veterans and first responders for their service.
The most important thing for us is that the students that participate have a great time, and they. It seems like based on all the stuff that we did, and we're able to give them a performance in Leggett Platte Gym, gave us an opportunity to kind of focus on just them for a little while, fed them some pizza, and gave them an opportunity to kind of hear a little bit about our program, and then they get a chance to kind of see what game day's like. So to kind of sit with us in the stands, play a little bit, see what Moso football is all about, and give them an opportunity to kind of see what they're going to get a chance to do in the future.
The annual Mass Band Day event is an opportunity for area music students to explore what performing arts has to offer. Footage from Russian media released today showed an explosion at the Nova Kakhovka Dam in Kherson in southern Ukraine. Significant new damage to the dam could be seen following Russia's withdrawal from nearby Kherson City. U.S. satellite imagery company Maxar said on Friday both the Russian and the Ukrainian sides have repeatedly accused each other of the planning to breach the dam using explosives, which would flood much of the area downstream and would likely cause major destruction around Kherson. It was the only regional capital city that Russia had captured since the forces began what Moscow called a special military operation against its neighbor Ukraine in late February. And time now to honor another Force Aid hero. Ellis Frakes, a Girard, Kansas native, served in the Army. During World War II, Frakes served in the 24th Infantry Division. He earned Asiatic Pacific Campaign Medal, a Bronze Star, the Philippine Liberation Ribbon, and the World War II Victory Medal. To Sergeant Ellis Frakes, we thank you, our Force Aid hero. Next, the latest on the midterm elections. After a victory in Arizona, Democrats are one seat from holding on to control of the Senate. Now all eyes are on Nevada, where mail-in ballots are still being counted after last Tuesday's midterm elections. And former President Trump is expected to make a big announcement about 2024 next week at his Florida estate. CBS News correspondent Christian Benavidez reports from Miami.
Welcome, Senator Kelly.
After Arizona Senator Mark Kelly became the projected winner in his race against Republican challenger Blake Masters, Democrats moved a step closer to retaining control of the U.S. Senate.
It can be tempting to remain focused on the things that divide us. But we've seen the consequences that come when leaders refuse to accept the truth.
Now, a Democratic win in Nevada or Georgia would clinch the party's Senate grip. The Nevada contest between Senator Catherine Cortez Masto and Republican challenger Adam Laxalt remains too early to call while vote counting continues. And Georgia is set to hold a runoff between Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock and Herschel Walker early next month. The GOP would need to win both seats to gain control of the Senate. With those two races outstanding, the new Senate is currently at 49 Democrats and 49 Republicans. Republicans are inching closer to control of the House of Representatives, but have not clinched it yet. And sources close to former President Donald Trump tell CBS News he intends to launch a 2024 bid for the White House on Tuesday.
The senior Republican leadership is apoplectic that Trump is announcing next week, precisely because it puts him back on center stage with only 3 weeks to go until the December 6th Georgia runoff.
A source says Trump's speech will focus on the economy, energy independence, and crime. Christian Benavidez, CBS News, Miami.
According to CBS News calculations, so far, At least 180 of 308 GOP candidates who raised unfounded doubts about the validity or integrity of the 2020 election results are projected to win their midterm races so far. That's at least 58%. And later, how one community rallied to help a family.
But first, we're going to take another look at your relatively chilly forecast, and we're also going to take another look at Jalen, because why not? We'll be right back. Well, it's been relatively cold across the 4 states. In case you hadn't picked up on that yet, maybe you've been inside the last few days, and with good reason, I would suspect, because it's too cold to go outside. So look earlier at 7th and Range Line, and that's one of those situations, again, where if you're inside and you're looking out the window, and you got this great view, and you got your heat on, it seems fine. What you don't realize is that if you touch that glass, it's freezing cold because it is chilly outside. We're going to take a look at the future track real quick because there's some changes on the way. As we go through the rest of tonight and into tomorrow, we got some passing clouds. As you can see, though, we start to warm up quite nicely. Not bad looking, right? So we go into Sunday night and into Monday. We still look good. We're cold, but we look good. But check out these clouds as they roll in. Check out these rain showers. Now, these rain showers, as the temperatures begin to fall, could turn into snow showers. As you can see back across southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma, a little more widespread snow, and that will continue to overspread the area late Monday night and into very early Tuesday morning before it clears out of here and leaves us with cloudy skies. And at least right now, I guess one of the pieces of good news, even though we may see our first bit of snow for the season, we're not looking at major snowfall at this point. But we could see a trace, maybe an inch of snow, and primarily on the grassy surfaces. And also keep in mind, ahead of that snow chance, it's going to be rainy and it's going to be warm. Let's talk about tomorrow real quick. When you wake up, it's going to be chilly. 22 degrees at 7 a.m. 42 by noon, which thankfully will feel a little bit warmer at least. 37 by 5, while partly cloudy skies throughout the day. As you saw on the future track, a few passing clouds as we head for a high of 45. So let's take a look at the longer range future tracks. There's those passing clouds tomorrow. We start to cloud up Monday, and here's this system coming in. One thing to keep in mind is this is the computer's interpretation of precipitation possibility. What that basically means is it's saying anywhere in this area there's the possibility for snow. It's not saying there's snow all over the place. It's saying there could be snow with any precipitation in these areas. As you can see, though, on this particular model, we're a little bit too warm for snow. So this is when we're really going to be seeing some rain showers across the area. But as temperatures fall into the evening and into the overnight hours, that's when we see a better opportunity for seeing some snowfall across the region. And that snowfall, again, holds on late Monday night and into very early Tuesday morning, and it starts to kick on out of here. And once it does, the skies are going to be partly to mostly cloudy for southwest Missouri, but as you can see, we clear out nicely in southeast Kansas, so we warm up decently, say 46 Parsons, 45 Yates Center, where if you're under the cloud cover on the Missouri side, you're not going to warm up nearly as much. So let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. So we're looking at 44-ish on Monday with that wintry mix, pretty good chance. Could see some early morning flurries left over from this activity Monday night. 36 on Tuesday, not very warm at all. By Wednesday, mostly cloudy, 44. That 20% should not be there. Just ignore that. 39 on Thursday, 40 by next Friday, and by next Saturday, we drop below freezing for a high. And you can see the another chance of wintry mix on there. And other than Monday night being at the freezing point, our overnight lows are going to be in the lower to mid-20s for the next several nights. And as you can see, we don't get anywhere near average for the next several days. So we are just kind of locked into a cold spell here in the 4 states that's here to stay for a while.
Looks like it, and I was in that cold spell this afternoon. I was out at the Missouri Southern football game. I was freezing. I should have brought a hat and some gloves, but that was on me.
You know, it's tough because when you go from it being almost 80 degrees and then the very next day it's only in the 30s and 40s,
yeah,
you're just not always prepared for that sudden change.
Absolutely not. Well, I'll make sure that I'm prepared the rest of the week.
Yeah, it's not going to warm up, so keep your hat and gloves handy.
All right, thank you, Chris. Absolutely. And coming up in sports, the Missouri Southern women try to stay hot to begin the basketball season. And Pitt State heads into the playoffs with a perfect 11-0 record. Jacob Leonard has that and more after the break.
week is the final week of the regular season for the Pittsburgh State Gorillas. Now, the Gorillas have already earned the outright MIAA championship, but they still have a lot to play for tonight against Fort Hays State. Now, Pittsburgh State trying to finish off an undefeated regular season, earn a home game to begin the playoffs next week. Tied at 7 in the second quarter, Chad Dotson Jr. going down the middle to Colby Katzis, 29-yard touchdown connection. Gorillas go to half up 14-7. Third quarter, Gorillas finding a little offensive rhythm. Dotson to Devin Garrison. He brings it in, gets all the way down to the 1. Then Antoine Squire finishes the drive with a touchdown run there. Pitt State pushes the lead to 21-7. Later in the quarter, look at this. Dotson's pass is tipped, but Jamal Horn still makes a play on it. Then scoots into the end zone for the touchdown. At that point, it's 28-7. Pittsburgh State would finish the job 35-14. The Gorillas are undefeated conference champs. They're heading into the playoffs at 11-0.
We've been working a long time, and we understand when we all signed up to come to Pitt State what the expectations are. So our guys are ready just to go to work and give their best effort. We had 22 guys today play their last home regular season game, and some of them are those super seniors and guys that just believed in this place and this program since day one, since we got here. And they bought into the culture and just couldn't be more proud of them and what they've done and what they've accomplished.
The Missouri Southern Lions also finish off the regular season at home today. The Lions host the Washburn Ichabods in their 11th and final game of the fall. The Southern is 4-6 coming into this one, trying to avoid ending the year on a 5-game losing streak. Turning the ball over, problem early for the Lions after a pick. Jared Taylor finds James Letcher Jr. in the end zone. 7-0 Washburn. To the second quarter now, Lions down 14, looking for a big play. They get it. Luke Sampson to Jaden Stoshak, 43-yard score. Stoshak, nice game today. Also returned a punt for a touchdown. But the Washburn offense not slowing down. Taylon Peters makes some moves, gets in for the score. It's 21-7 Ichabods, and that's what it was at halftime. Late in the third, Washburn driving. Ife Current, though, bobbles it, but comes away with the interception. Lions take advantage of the turnover. They're at the 1. Akeem Gilmore rises up and breaks the plane. That makes it a 10-point game, but Washburn, it's too much for Southern today. Lions fall 37-20.
This team is so much better than we were a year ago, and you can see it in our differential in the games we've played. Unfortunately, you barely see it in the win-loss column. Even though we had a limited success this year, I think guys are continuing to learn what this league's about, and now we got to go recruit and get some depth and all those things to be a better football team.
The Pittsburgh State women's basketball team opened the season with a 70-66 win over Oklahoma Baptist last night. Now the Gorillas are right back on the floor today, looking for a 2-0 start against Southwestern Oklahoma. Now that one is final. Pitt State wins another tight one, 69-66. Grace Pyle leads the way with 17 points. Corinna Gerber posted double-double with 14 points, 10 rebounds. The Gorillas will be back in action next Friday, facing Rockhurst. The Missouri Southern women 3-0 to begin the season. They're in action tonight facing Harding and Searcy, Arkansas. That was another good one, but look at that. The Lions hold on 68-66. Team high 26 points for Lacey Stokes. Maddie Stokes gets 9 points, 8 rebounds, while Lane Skiles adds 10. On the men's side, Missouri Southern faces Winona State, looking for their first win of the year. That game is over, and it was a good one, but Southern falls 73-68. Sam Thompson leads the way for Missouri Southern with 16 points. And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news right after this.
A young girl with cerebral palsy in one Ohio community had her walker stolen. And Kelly Kennedy has the story on how that same community rallied to help.
I never in a million years thought someone would have taken her walker.
Gabriella Gennarelli's 9-year-old daughter Valentina has cerebral palsy, and her walker is her lifeline.
Without the walker, she can't get around. She would have to crawl or or use the wheelchair.
So the walker really just gives her the independence, right?
Yes. Without that, she's totally dependent on someone else for everything.
On Wednesday morning, Gabriella set her daughter's purple walker at the end of their driveway, just like she always does before the bus comes.
It's hard to push the wheelchair and carry the walker. I put it far enough in that I didn't think anyone would mistake it for anything else.
But when she went outside to put Valentina on the bus less than an hour later, it was gone.
It was devastating because that's like taking away everything from her. And with medical equipment now, it takes months to order, and then that would have been all out of pocket because insurance only covers these kind of things every like 5 years.
The Stone mom was desperate, so she went on one of her Facebook community groups and posted about the walker, hoping that whoever took it might see it and return it. Well, then the Stone Monroe Falls School District posted about the walker too. And within hours, it had been shared thousands of times.
I didn't realize what great a community this is, and that so many people just connecting with her because it was purple, or the firefighters were saying, we can raise money fast, and even the mayor called me. It was so overwhelming that I didn't even know, oh, okay, if you're gonna help, who do I even choose?
And then she got the amazing news from Miller's Medical Supply in Akron.
They said, you know, we found you a purple walker that is her size, and they never stock these items. So this was it was a remarkable event, and by the end of the day, they said, we'll deliver it to you tomorrow, and we're donating it.
Gabriella says she couldn't have picked a more supportive place to raise her 2 children with special needs.
Sometimes you don't realize how much people care until you go through something really hard, and you don't know what the outcome will be. And when people restore hope, that's the greatest gift.
Man, that's awesome. Happy she was able to get that back.
Yeah,
all right,
incredible
Chris,
story.
What do you have for us?
Really staying cold. Maybe a wintry mix on Monday, some flurries Tuesday morning. Otherwise, we are chilly, lows in the 20s.
Well, I know you won't be outside too much of football wrapping up, but
the Gorillas going to play at least one more at home.
Yeah.
They'll be at home next weekend for the first round of the playoffs. Don't know who they'll play. Selection show will be tomorrow. We'll have it updated then.
All right, and we'll be there. All right, well, that's our time for now. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you here tomorrow.